affair inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, rivals collide in the AFC West. It's the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Gonna be a cold one here in KC. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Now a play fake. Herbert, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
I really like this call, Mike. These are rundowns. 2nd and short. All right, what do most teams do? Just extend the drive, pick up a 1st down. This is prime opportunity for play pass, play action, trying to take a shot. Now, it falls incomplete, but you still have 3rd and potentially 4th down, and you only need a couple yards. An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next 3rd down situation?
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 19
yards. A 19-yard pickup there. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Brought down by Nick Bolton. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chiefs' 37-yard line.
Putting the tight end in motion. They'll run with Vidal, and he'll get nothing here. He's back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a gain of a
and after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll give this to Vidal. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Purple. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Lad McConkey. Touchdown, L.A.
Touchdown, Chargers.
A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead.
Chargers 7, Chiefs 0.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Justin Avoidby in there on the stop.
2nd and 8.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd and 8. Now, a carry for Hunt. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Clearly, the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. This caught ringside by Worthy. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Got a man. That's Rasheed Rice. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 21
Mahomes
yards.
finding Rice
That's
for the
another
Kansas City first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And that's a nice
First
grab
down.
for his first catch
First
of the
and 10
game,
at the
Mike. And
39-yard
he's someone
line.
that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
First down throw, Mahomes. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target.
Incomplete.
That's incomplete.
It leads to
Up until that
second and
incompletion,
10.
they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A
A gain there of 15. First down, KC.
Chiefs.
And nothing
First
matters if
down.
this protection isn't
First
able to
and
pick
10
up that
at the
blitz. They do a
23-yard line.
fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Here's a run with Hunt. They will take this down right to the edge of the red zone. 21. Jamari Caldwell there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On first down, it's Mahomes. To the pylon, he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get going with their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. On the ground, they'll go with Vidal. And he gets this up close to the 40. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. shotgun now for Herbert. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
6 yards to go.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Nearly a good one. And hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. Big play for KC. Pickup of 46 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They put Kelce in motion. On the ground, this is Hunt. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Kansas City.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Chargers 7. Harrison Butker.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It is 2nd and 6. On play action, now Herbert. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have the 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1 quarter in the books. 14-7 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Now Herbert. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Tight end, the motion man to the right. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd.
Quarterback knew the blitz was coming. You could hear him pre-snap communicating with the guys up front, but sometimes it's just the perfect defensive call, and there weren't enough blockers to account for all the rushers. He had to get the ball out quick, and thankfully for him, he got it out just in the nick of time.
This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he is not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. That is taken in left side by Thornton.
So after being unable to pick up the first down on third down, now they have a decision to make. And, Mike, I think we're seeing this play out all across the league. When you cross midfield, you really enter four-down territory. I think this is a great opportunity to take advantage of the field position, maintain possession, and see if you can get a fresh set of downs.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. That is left side taken in by Allen.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 1. A handoff, and this is by Denver. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A pickup of 14 on that one. And the Chargers have the first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency?
That is going to be intercepted by Trent McDuffie. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Mahomes on 1st down. Open man downfield. It's Rice. And we'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That one good for 29.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession. And
he will score! Touchdown, KC! And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Butker now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 21-7 lead. 21,
Chargers 7.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Ground, it's Vidal. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
A loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
To throw is Herbert. That's gonna be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. This one finds McConkey. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Returnable for Remigio. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. Mahomes quickly out to right. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
RPO, and they'll throw it to Rice. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Mahomes back. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. Khalil Mack, multiple-time All-Pro there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's into the hands of Worthy. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Mahomes. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Finish the game. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. 3rd, they need 8. Here's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in his first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Now Butker to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
So
now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He works free, right side. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
Point after now from Dicker. He's got it. And the Chargers are able to edge a bit closer.
Chiefs 28, Chargers 14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Right back to Kelce again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
That's good.
And that 1st down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They put Kelce in motion. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. Oh, man, open downfield is Thornton. A pickup there of 28 yards.
28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
The throw on the run is complete.
To Rashid Rice. A gain of 4. It's now
KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Remigio now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Play action here. Mahomes, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And third down coming up.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Chargers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Here comes Vidal. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Look at this, out wide to Johnston. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Justin Aboigbe in there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And 8 yards.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes. A ball deep for the end zone. One incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Now a toss play, running left.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. Play action now. It's Herbert. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. It was Jalen Watson who got the arm in there to break that one up.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion. And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll.
And he'll take it on in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Dicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Chiefs 31, Chargers 21.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Remigio now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, going to try to keep it going. First down throw, Mahomes working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They put Kelsey in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Offense. Still second down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Mahomes. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
First and 10.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. There's that man again. Another catch. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a yard. Here's Mahomes. He's going to have the first down and then some. Now, after the play, it looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. First and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On first down, it's Mahomes. Now he'll run it. And Mahomes going to protect himself here. He's going to slide and get down, and he's got that first down.
13 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
14 more yards.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Mahomes back. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will extend this third quarter lead.
Chargers 21.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Left side. Catch made by McConkey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll look to set up the screen here. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Not the worst play call there. I actually like 3rd down screen game, especially when you're anticipating some pressure, an over-aggressive defense who's selling out to get to the quarterback. In this case, not a lot of room to operate. They don't convert. Brings up 4th down.
They'll try to run. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stand.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
3rd and 9. Down, Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's 1st and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
That one taken in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
Touchdown.
So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Butker now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Chargers 21.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Shotgun now for Herbert. This one batted away. It's incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 43 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw is Herbert. Quick throw here is complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Herbert to the air again. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Now a play fake, Herbert, and that's over everybody out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
So now Herbert and the Chargers will go for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Tight end going in motion here. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
Cameron Dicker to kick
After
off
the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Mahomes. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Herbert. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it, 1st and 10. He'll hit Kelsey quickly on the RPO. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good game. On 1st down, they pick up 7 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshots.
And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Max Fulton. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
That's good.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd and 7. Mahomes. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Now flags fly. Looks like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. That'll mark them back half the distance, and they'll go from there. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Motion man is Johnston. Throwing now is Herbert. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
And the Chargers.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
That is left side and taken in by Allen. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage. He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Following the penalty, he'll run it, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Herbert. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. As the athletic training staff looks at him, We'll step away for a moment. Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Herbert. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Got his man at the 6, and they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
That's another.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up.
To the goal line and in. Heenan, Allen, touchdown, L.A. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Point after now from Dicker. The kick is good. And the Chargers are able to cut into the deficit.
Chargers 34.
So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
By the Chiefs.
The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Give up the middle, and he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll stay on the ground, and he finds some space tackling after a gain of 7 on 1st down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Second down, they need 3. Motioning Tunyon, the tight end. Short one, caught by Kelsey. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Brings up second and goal at the Chargers' 5-yard line.
They'll go with him again. Oh, and he is depleted on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
They send the tight end in motion. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
On fourth down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 2nd down. Now Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's out of bounds with the first down. So they get a new set of downs. And just as importantly, stop the clock.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd and a yard. Throwing again, Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a 3rd interception and kind of just throws this one away. Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
He gets this one complete to Johnston. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.